really loud thunder. As soon as I come open the door, stop. Did it stop, Miss Maya? Where'd that thunder go? Started the thunder. I heard something blow away and it was my trash can. And now it's raining more. I have to go get it. Okay. I can do it. Oh no. I got my trash can. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? You may have to put it in the comment. Tell me how you are and if you have any prayer requests. Today, I'm just getting ready to head to the store. We had some thunderstorms in through last night. Had some winds, had some good thunders, had some good rain, but didn't really feel too much on where I'm at. It was good. It was good to go to sleep in. I'm getting ready to run to the store just for a couple things, nothing special. I wanted to mention, I know I had posted a video, I don't know if you've seen it. If not, you could go watch it. And I was talking about a phone call scam, which was fine. And I hung up on the guy and actually reported it. But I went ahead, out of abundance of caution, I had replaced one of my charge cards. And just so I could have that peace of mind. I knew it was probably unneeded, but I just wanted to do it. And to my surprise, I don't know if anybody else is out there like me. Like I know there's a bunch of, obviously, AI and tech keep on advancing, and you hear of different things all the time that people can do, and you know it, but I guess maybe some parts of it doesn't quite hit. And one of them for me was like, I knew that there was a way that people could go around and scan cards. If I go to the farmer's market or to like street vendors or just different things like that, you know, maybe it's even like food trucks, different things, anything like that. I've always ran into where they'll have a device on their phone, I think, or something, and you know, and they scan your card and it'll recognize a certain pay, and I'll even get an email. So I've seen that, but I always felt fine. I've been fine with that. You know, after you use it a couple times, I settle down anyways. After I used it a couple times at different farmers markets or different things. And so I settled down with that, and I'm like, well, they've got the thing on their phone, and that's how they're scanning it and things like that. I did not realize how discreet it could be, though. And guess how I found out? This just blew my mind. So I could be all alone here. This blew my mind. So when I got my new card, I needed to activate it. And before I would call in or even I got to the part where, you know, we're going over years here. First you call in, then it's like you can get on the website and maybe even activate it. So I'm on my phone app and it's asking me, you know, I'm like, yes, I want to activate my card. Like, are you going to connect me? What do I have to do? And it's like, hold your card up to the back of your phone. And I said, what? My phone is you know, I know there's iPhones and Androids. I have an Android. It is not the newest model. It's a good few years old. It's a few years old. It is not a new model. I held my card up to the back of my phone. It scanned it. It just scanned it. I was looking at my phone like, with what? What did you scan it with? How did you do that? It did it. I'm just saying. So since then, out of more abundance of caution, I have now ordered one of those wallets that I hear everybody talk about before too, that has those blockers. You know, I didn't know my phone could scan. Not that I was doing anything with you guys, I wouldn't know how. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that is just like I was expecting to see somebody with a device connected in their phone, but no. And you know what? And there are times like I have something stuck in my phone and it's like for my mic or this, that, or the other thing. So I don't know. I just kind of thought there would be like, I don't know. It wouldn't be that easy is what I thought. I thought it wouldn't be that easy either way. So I wanted to mention that in case anybody else is out there. And if you've been hanging on to the same change purse for years and years and years, maybe get a new one. Maybe something to block anything from, you know, taking the information from your cards. And okay, on that note, and thank the Lord. I'm gonna thank the Lord that nothing happened with that. I mean, I should have recognized it sooner, but maybe it's warning, you know, it was a good reminder that I could give to other people. And led me to get this wallet. Who knows, maybe that will come into play. You know, you don't know how many steps ahead the Lord is on anything or how he uses anything. So I'm just grateful that it happened. And I'm just grateful. Anyways, and on top of it, there was like something I had ordered, and so I canceled it because I knew I was updating my card, and I was kind of like, it'll probably not go through. I don't know. Maybe it would. I don't know these things. Either way, I canceled it. But when I went back, this is to the Lord, because I thought I was doing some good shopping. I found it so much more discounted. So when I reordered it on my new card, it was so much more cheaper. I was like, yes. So that's to the Lord too. So either way, just thankful to the Lord. Okay, I'm gonna go. Miss Mom Clay's sleeping. I'm gonna go, guys. I keep hearing about these ones, so I'm gonna try that. Let's think about trying these, something different. I've been eating yogurt and stuff for breakfast and granola. That is $14.99. The Starbucks, it's like half that for the same price. So try something different. What you doing, Miss Malkaya? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, are you upside down? Oh, what are you doing, Miss Malkaya? Do you need a snuggle? Miss Malkaya, I found something. I found something. Miss Malkaya, what did I find? What is that? 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 And it begins. What you got? What is it? You gonna get it? You gonna roll your R's? Oh my goodness, Miss Malkaya. You watching it? Uh-oh, where'd it go? Come get me. Where'd it go now? Those are like her favorite thing. They come on these sticks. And she works to get it off, and she has one that's off. It's not that one, Miss Malkaya. Where'd the one that I just found? She'll chase it and chase and chase it until she loses it somewhere. And then we rediscover it. Where'd it go? Today's adventure. Hello and happy Thursday, everyone. This is Thursday here in beautiful Southwest Florida. It's actually a little cooler today, and it's kind of been a rainy day, but I wanted to take advantage of that and just open up the air, let some fresh airs in. Longer than just a little bit. I want to see how long we can let it go. I'm thinking maybe even all day, because it's just going to be barely over 80 today, so that's pretty good for me. In here I have had my air like on 77. You know, that's enough to wipe out the humidity and or lower it and keep it cool. Plus, you know, got fans. And it just feels kind of cool. In fact, so many times, if I'm still, you know, especially like at work or something, I just will get a chill. At 77, I'm like, that might be too low. I need like 78, 79 maybe. But yesterday I had to go. I stopped work for like 15 minutes to go sit outside on a chair, just laying in the sun to defrost. I just had a chill. I think that's something that hits older people. I'll be doing stuff like that. So I'm outside just trying to defrost because I could feel it in my ankles and my feet. And even after 15 minutes, I came in and I was better. But I could still feel it. But today, it's just kind of, it's a little bit wet. It's not something I was thinking about going maybe somewhere and walking around or sitting out, but everything's pretty wet. And I just kind of didn't feel like it sitting in the wet. I did jump ahead on my chores today since it's Thursday, and I wanted to run through those. So I've been doing better and better. I've been feeling better. Nice surprise. I just don't know. I'm not like full energy back yet. You know, I've got that desk. Sit and stand and sit and stand, and I've been sitting a lot of my day. Mostly was standing, so. But I'm getting better. Everything's getting better. Feeling more like normal. Got my chores done and such. Do things like this. Because I know I get so busy working, and it's like, make sure I set out the garbage tonight. I mean, this can's empty at this point. That's just to set it outside. But once I have it all gathered. Anybody else have to do that stuff, like little reminders? Like, let me set this here so I don't forget. Let me set this here because I will get busy. And I will forget. I wanted to talk about that solo season, the solo season, singleness. I've been seeing a lot of videos on it, and I've had it for a long time. I've had it for a long time. and the solo season. And so I just wanted to talk about it because, I see it, and I see it from a lot of different periods in people's lives. And I think it's a good word to talk about, to encourage, or just you're not alone. If you are in a solo season, then you are not alone. There are challenges. There are challenges. There are struggles. And there are many blessings as well. There's an outpouring of blessing in it. And in a walk with Jesus, those blessings come from on high. He has provided and guided and corrected and straightened crooked paths, and has been there and faithful when this whole world, just seemingly the whole world, has just turned its back on me. And so different perspectives, though, that I've been seeing, and it makes me remember. It's been a long time. As I've shared before, I was originally separated from my ex in 2009, end of it, 2009, and my two sons were in middle school. So then I was a solo mom. And I did have helping hand the first couple years, and then was really on my own, trying to just finish raising the boys. And then after the boys had been graduated from high school and all of that, that's when I started moving around different places and doing different things. But it's been since 2009. Now, when I first was separated, admittedly was dating when I really should not have been dating, because I was not divorced. I mean, he just left. He's I don't want to get too much into it, but it's that has been a whole thing of just not getting that divorce, and it's been a whole thing, hard to work with person, and even I don't even want anything. I just want it done. It still has not happened. It still has not happened. But maybe for some reason I'm thinking that the Lord is using that. That's what I'm thinking. So that's just a whole pickle. But to backtrack, I did date when I shouldn't have been. I had no place to be doing that. And as a person walking with the Lord now, I believed in Jesus. I wasn't really following Jesus at that time. Does that make sense to anybody? You understand that? But there's a difference. There's a difference. There's very much difference. And and I became close to the Lord in 2020. Is when I became very close with the Lord. I was walking with Him. But even that, it just ended up frustrating. Like, I knew I wasn't ready for that. I think I was trying to force myself to just get past something else by filling a void, and it just was not healthy. It was not good. And I already was coming to a place. I think the Lord's ahead of us. He knows who's going to come to Him. I think, in different ways I've shared too, He's been there for me since I was a little girl. I know this. The problem is I was just wayward. I was wayward, and I did things on my own. I ran off and did my whole life. And I didn't put the Lord over everything. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's not a good recipe. And so, either way, so at that time I was like already learning, like, I just need to focus on myself, and I was, working 7 days a week and different things, and like learning, like, you're not Wonder Woman, you can't do everything either. So I was coming to this thing that was all basically like, I really need the Lord. And I'm grateful for that. And then I've also shared a testimony that, like, in I guess it was 2022, the very beginning of 2022, I had met back up with my ex, and I mentioned that in a previous testimony. Real talk, second time. The second title, I think, mentioning some real talk and testimony. And the Lord just opened to my eyes of why that all had to fail. And I've shared that, so I don't want to rehash that. But now, all this to say, this is a lot of years being single. So I've had it from different experiences. I had it, kids at home still, and then so much of just the adult life. And now it's in this, you're 50 and you're aging. It's very noticeable. You're hitting that other side of the life. You're hitting that other side now. And so different ladies that I have seen, and this is for men out there too, It's the way this world is. It's not either side. It's just this world's a mess. And things are not working out, and you'll find one person's been left to handle everything when the other one's gone, and this, that, and the other thing. Or maybe you're just young and you just happen to be single. You're working, figuring out how your life, what direction it's going to go. So many things, and that's what I'm finding interesting. I'm watching it, and I've got to see a young, beautiful lady. She's in her upper 20s and single, but she still has like everything ahead of her, as far as she was never married or anything. Like, this is all this, the marriage and family could all be brand new to her. And watch another young lady, and the Lord's been using and doing things in her life amazing, and she's the single mom and got her hands so full, and walked away from so much in her life that the Lord led her to walk away from, and then the Lord was able to come in and just provide for her even better. And but she's got her hands full. She's got the kids going right now, and so you see in that perspective. And then here's someone like me. That now I'm just hitting that other that other part of the spectrum, the older one. And there are definitely challenges. I always thought the biggest treasure in life would be family, and wanting a big one, and just be the ability to share your lives. It wasn't so much to have everything and whatever that entails. Just a life worth sharing. And so there's a part of me that just really still wants that, and obviously I've learned that I need to try to enjoy the most I can out of this season, even though it has its many challenges. The Lord has come in, like I've had to let go of so many things over and over again, but He has come in and been able to raise up and lift up and provide better than I could have ever done on my own, ever. And wisdom, peace, and a blessed assurance, but also peace now, because when I have moments, and sometimes it'll hit, I just, so even something like good, like I just really want to share this with someone. Those moments are hard, but I remember, if anybody's ever dealt with anybody that's like truly narcissistic or anything, like where, boy, you just want to be able to breathe. or just anything. Like if you're familiar with those circumstances, that's where you got to sit back and go, well, it's better than what that was, right? that was like I'm trying to escape to a corner of a place just to be okay, but so it's better. It's better. And sometimes I really start to just remember that. And just like people, I may have love and I wish there was a friendship or a sisterhood or something there, and it just didn't, and it was bad. And my heart is still would like that, but I have to just recheck and well, this wasn't healthy. So we just got to continue to go on, right? Keep moving, Laura. That wasn't as good as what you wanted it to be in your head. It wasn't very functional. It wasn't functional. And so little chats like this is kind of, I guess, what I wanted to go at in this vlog, and just start opening up to you, and maybe there'll be more of that and just other things in life in general. But this one is just just really discussing this season, and it is difficult, and it is in the waiting, very much in the waiting. What does someone like me do? Lord is leading the way. I have to just keep settling myself and just remind myself that too, that I'm in the Lord's hands, and it isn't all up to me, and I can't do it all. I haven't done it this far either, so to just stop and relax, because I have to stay faithful in what is right? And of course, if you're a child of God, people do divorce and then they do get remarried and things. The situation, it has been a thing, y'all. And that's all I can say about it. It has been a thing. I've attempted, talked to other people to try to help me with it, and it's just different things, and it just has not happened. So this is where I've just got to go. This got to be something that's also in the Lord's hands, and for me, it feels kind of twisted, because if we're still here, we're really not raptured yet with all these end time sides. If we're still here, I would like to spend my life with someone, but what does that mean then? and I really have a difficult time with that. But on the other end, I'm like, well, if I go first. I know where I'm going. I'm going to Jesus. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So it is something that is really weird and can just get my emotions all over the place. And that's something that I struggle with and have to check myself in. And I really just have to, each time, I just have to be let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. One day at a time. Why am I worried about tomorrow? Let it go. Do not worry about tomorrow. It'll all work out how it's supposed to work out. And just keep it in prayer. And so that I do. I just, I pray on it, and I know the Lord's heard my prayers, but I'll repeat them and it is just, I know it's for me that I'm repeating prayers, because I know the Lord heard me the first time. He probably heard me before I said it, But those are things, and I just got to know it's in the Lord's hands, and the Lord is using this situation, and I need to embrace that singleness and get out and try to do more, and I've liked that. There's been a lot of things that I've done, thanks to the Lord, that I really think if you had said they were going to happen, I probably wouldn't have believed y'all. You said one time, hey, you're going to sit here, you're going to, especially, oh, wow, think about that though. Here I am working all that time trying to raise my two boys, and it feels like there's no breaks, no anything, no this, no that, and what's all gonna happen? I'm just hoping, to get the boys raised and graduated. And if someone said, well, like, you really are gonna empty out the house, and you're gonna go to Arizona, and you're gonna travel across the country, and you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and you pack it up and move again, and then you're gonna be in Florida, and and you're gonna go here, you're gonna go there. Like, I've been laughing at you like this. No way. There's no way. And just this thought, I guess, of even just driving across the country. I mean, the first time I did it with my youngest son, who was an adult at that time, but then just by myself and the Lord and my supervising cat. And I don't know, it's still wild to think about. It's still wild to think about. Even this last move here. It is wild to think about, and I know the Lord is in it because these doors have opened up. I have made it safely, and things happened. Man, when I went back to Arizona the first time, and then had a friend help, and just like none of that, it was mind blowing. It supported, and people returning some of my things, and then I was given some things, some furniture and things, and it was just blessing after blessing, and it's all the Lord, and. That's it. Give it to the Lord. Let Him come in, and He can lead the way. He can provide. He's in it. He can bless it, right? And He can honor it. If it's if you give it to Him and you're following after Him, you can't go do something really wrong and be like, expect the Lord to bless it. I'm not saying anything like that. But He really can, and I've been really enjoying watching this and other people's videos, and I am hoping here to share some of that, some of just the things that like the struggles, the things that has just been so wild, especially in this day and age. Some of the things just seem so extreme in this world, but then at the same point, if you stop and think, like, how many extreme things have happened to me, some of them still seems unreal. Just in a way to support each other, to inspire, encourage, to get out there. I know that there's more things that I could still grow in and get out and do, but I've really enjoyed as far as I have gone already, so and enjoyed sharing them here with you, and I just pray it's an encouragement to everybody. All right, well, I chatted away here. Get it how. If you have anything going on in your life, any struggles, anything that you're dealing with, anything that you could use prayer on, hey, put it in the comment. Even if you don't want to say it all, just hey, here's my name, something personal. I will pray for you. So go ahead and put them there. All right, guys.